Hello, happy Friday. Woo, woo, woo. Loving it. It's the end of the week, and I have some more news to share with you, my friends. So, I want you guys to check out my Vanna White impression here and look at all of these books I have here. And I want you to think, what do all of these books have in common? Well, what they have in common is me. I actually read all of these books. I can't believe it. And on top of that, I have like some more books on my iPad that I was reading. Like I was reading Gucci Mane, and I was reading You Two Squared and Becoming a Better You. And when I was reading these books, it just opened up a whole nother world for me. Now, I didn't start out reading all of these books, and that was my goal. My goal on, January 1st, we all make those New Year's resolutions. And when I made that New Year's resolution, I said, you know what I'm going to do this year? I'm going to read one book a month. Well, I unfortunately started out with a rather big book. And that book was Tony Blair's book. It was like this big. And he was the Prime Minister of England. And I wasn't going to get done in a month if I kept reading, sporadically. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to have to put some time in there. And I started with 15 minutes. 15 minutes just wasn't enough. By the time you get into the book, it's just not enough. 20 minutes started out really good, and now I've worked myself up to 30 minutes a day. And guys, I am on a roll for 96 days. Woo! So pumped about that. Well, guys, I want to share with you that small choice had a huge impact, because I would not have finished all of those books if I had thought, I've got to complete all these books before the end of the year. It would have never happened. And some of the books are just like too big, it would take longer than a month. I'm still reading Nelson Mandela's book right now. But I wouldn't have gotten through those books if I hadn't set a time limit for myself. And reading books basically expands your knowledge of the world. So it gives you a bigger perspective of the world. Then the other thing was that you hear like the Oprahs and the Bill Gates talking about readers are leaders. They're doing this every day. And if we want to be like them, we've got to think like them. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things is, if you only read what everyone else is reading, then you will only think like everyone else is thinking. So I want you guys to do something different, think outside of the box, pick up your book. You don't have to read this many books. Just take the first step. I love you. Have a great weekend, and talk to you next week.